flying program. That the Leuchars here provides its first contribution to today's flying program, the German Air Force. And the passage of history is underlined still further by the fact that this is a demonstration of one of the hitherto best known Soviet fighter designs, the MiG-29. Fighter unit operating Soviet equipment. Well, undercarriage, flaps, and the arrestor hook down there for that pass, and indeed flop. Air brakes you will have seen. I must forget, we have unusual to see a pair like that. And can carry just over 6,600 pounds of ordnance in the intercept and attack roles. An extremely successful aircraft in terms of its export. Not only going to countries one might obviously expect as part of the former Soviet Union and its satellites, the former Warsaw Pact, such as North Korea and Poland, Romania, Hungary, Iraq indeed, but sold to Malaysia as well. NATO code name Fulcrum. The Mikoyan-Karovich MiG-29 in the hands of Major Ben Taylor from Yardschaft 73 of the German Air Force.
Let's see how it's going to be. Draken meaning dragon. It's Swedish, in fact, in origin.
we not only have the French national display team, and indeed the premier Type Alpha display, as the French Air Force classifies it, in the form of the Demille, the Mirage 2002. This representative of the Type Bravo category, where rather than a fully demanding aerobatic sequence, the service puts up two aircraft. The Mirage F1 pair is otherwise well known, and operates them in this very close station. Drawing these simpler, more elegant lines. Leading the pair is Flying Officer Gilles Vallet. His wingman is Flight Lieutenant Etienne Villot. Formation is the Jaguar, of course, is Anglo described. In French, it's called column. Over Yugoslavia, northern Iraq, and Kosovo too. Now, in opposition, with a 20 seen in the hands of the RAF display part over recent years, more than capable of a very slow high alpha pass. Well, Gilles Vallet brings his aircraft down to around 160 knots, while Etienne Villot and close station keeping.
I think it's up.
Up for the final split. The first of the aircraft running out in the hands of Flying Officer Gilles Vallet. That after he's passed an design from SS Hawkers of Kingston in the form of this hurricane. Well, the Hurricane Massachusetts Leuchars in the program in arriving now. I mentioned that we were getting the best. We shall see this formula demonstrated twice during the course of today. Harrier formula, that is. It's one that the regulars amongst you will know begins immediately from takeoff. An aircraft that when it first came into Royal Air Force service was the world's first vertical and short takeoff and landing operational aircraft in the world. Currently, the Harrier and its derivatives remain so too. Rolling now.
our diamonds at fall. There's a change into Big Vixen. The highest man division is Red 9 Squad Leader Andy Lewis, and is travelling in excess of 400 miles per hour. Approaching directly in front of you.
That's a French team. That's a French team.
There's two.
There's two red ones.
An unusual and very difficult formation to fly coming up now, named after that wing B bomber, the Vulcan. There's a change into Vulcan. Highest man in the formation this time is Red 4 Flight Lieutenant Chris Carter. Chris is his first season with the lowest man in the formation this time is Red 5 Flight Lieutenant Mark Cutmore. He's his second season with the team, and he previously flew the Jaguar also. Formation now turns towards you, just about to trail blue smoke this time for the Vulcan bend. They're just about to change into angel formation, simulating the statue and gate. Having formed angels, they will return and fill up for a quarter clover before splitting on the way down for the 5-4 cross. And this is where things will get even more exciting now, the two sections. Jimbo backs off and goes to your right, whereas Enid, the famous 5, are now on your left. Miles per hour. The gust of formation approaching from your right. Directly in front of you now, sinker filled up and close.
later, the United States Air Force has recycled Texan, for instance, and of course, many years ago, recycled the term Thunderbolt. Also, Globemaster has come round again, but this time the Globemaster G, more prosaically, C-17A. That takes the runway. Takes the runway. Third row. Into a maximum angle climb. And already it crosses the threshold at about 1,500 feet.
I'll have it for no more. I haven't that way. I have stick.
No, well, people flying it. It just shows you what they could do with it.
Major Mike Major. I guess he gets called M cubed or something. And Captain Barry Blanchard are the two pilots for today's display. And the Loadmaster Staff Sergeant George Little. High speed pass. Around 250 knots. The largest aircraft in today's program, it spans 165 feet.
I don't know how often to tell you, no, you go back to the car, you keep it up. No, you're not getting it. Too expensive for a wee girl.
In fact, the maximum cruise is just over around 403, just over 400 miles an hour. Not so obvious is the degree of advance in the cockpit, in the flight deck, computerized glass cockpit so-called, head-up displays at both pilot stations, and no less advanced cargo handling system. What that means is that it can operate with a crew half the size of current aircraft of its type, just 3. The design concept was that of providing an aircraft with the cargo capabilities of the much larger C5 Galaxy and the C-141 Starlifter, while at the same time the short field capability of the much smaller Hercules. And here, a remarkable demonstration of the confidence in the slow flying and handling abilities of this aeroplane. The wing walk.
We'll have to go get you one. Keep an eye on it. Come on in.
Full span flaps, as you can see, and indeed very prominent too, and quite unusual full span slats, all designed to improve the low speed ability of the aircraft. You mustn't forget, indeed, slats are a Handley Page invention back in 1928. Well, here they're very much updated on this aircraft, powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney F117 engines, each producing some 41,700 pounds of thrust. winglet and the wingtip, designed again to improve the aerodynamic efficiency of that wing, and they give some scale to this machine because each of them is just over 9 feet tall. Payload of the aircraft around 170,000 pounds of cargo. And with that load, a range of around 2,400 miles. That's without air-to-air refueling, but of course, potentially anywhere in the world, non-stop, with the provision of air-to-air refueling. Something of the short field capability of the aircraft. Prototype first flew in September 1991. This proved a very effective airlifter during last year's Kosovo operations in particular, opening up a very large number of airfields to those that hitherto have been denied public trip that could otherwise take only a C-130. Gross weight of the aircraft with maximum cargo and fuel is some 266,000 kilograms, 500,000 pounds. And there's that short field performance. Operations over former Yugoslavia during the NATO peacekeeping mission to Bosnia. C-17 crews airlifted nearly half of the total cargo, yet to only a quarter of the total mission of the United States Air Force's airlifter fleet, at the same time achieving a 96% reliability rate. Gives a clue as to why it is that the Royal Air Force is going to lease 4 C-17s, while its future large airlift program is developed. Well, there, the day's courtesy, being paid by the crew, at the same time demonstrating the maneuverability of this machine on the runway.
Well, sir, ladies and gentlemen, let's start action now. Digo, now. And the colored smoke, now. Smoke off now. They roll out, and they pull up into a right-hand wing over, in which the speed will increase up to 300 knots. This is the maneuvering speed of the team. Depending on the cloud base, the leader will choose to demonstrate either the good weather display with more than 4,500 feet, which seems to be the case today here at Lucas, or the bad weather show with a little more than 1,000 feet and the intermediate show with 2,500 feet.
formation changes carried out on the orders of the leader. This year's leader is squadron leader Dominique Perrier in his third team with the team. He logs 2,500 hours. And watch out for the two Celesti outside the formation, flying back to Concord. Smoke off now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the Italian Air Force, please let me say welcome to today's show of the Frecce Tricolori. My name is First Lieutenant Andrea Sai. I'm the Public Relation Officer and official narrator of the Italian Air Force aerobatic team. And the Frecce Tricolori are stationed in Rivolto, that is an Italian Air Force airport located in the northern east part of Italy, next to Venice. And Rivolto has been the home of the Frecce Tricolori since 1961, when the team was born. In 40 years of activity, the Frecce Tricolori has joined a lot of goals, and now we are considered one of the most prestigious and esteemed the solo aircraft, that is the aircraft with the tail number 10. Formation goes up in the sky for this loop, for reaching altitude of 5,000 feet at the top. Now that you have in front of you, just follow my words. Close your eyes for just a few seconds and try to imagine to be on board of the Frecce maneuver, the white smoke. Ready, on, now. They go up in the sky. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the big heart of the Frecce Tricolori that is going to beat for the next 25 minutes. Here are the two sections dividing into and leaving the solo going up in the sky for this maneuver. On your left, you have the leader, and 1. To roll with him, roll now! And again, first. Roll of all the wingmen of the two sections. Here they come.